Have you ever stopped to think about what economics, artificial intelligence, and a simple programming language could possibly have in common? It might sound like a really strange mix, I know. But today, we're going to connect those dots, taking a journey from a fundamental glitch in our universe all the way down to a single line of code. So, let's dive right in. Believe it or not, our whole story starts right here, with a massive, unfixable glitch baked into the very fabric of our universe. And no, this isn't science fiction. It's the one reality that shapes pretty much everything we do, and it's the absolute starting point for everything we're about to cover. All right, so this glitch in the universe, what are we actually talking about here? Let's break down this core problem, because once you really get it, you'll see how everything else just falls into place. Okay, here it is, the basic conflict of our entire lives. On one side, you've got all the things we want. And our wants are, let's be honest, pretty much endless, right? The newest phone, a bigger house, nonstop entertainment. But on the other side, the resources we have to get those things, our time, our money, even the raw materials of the planet, are completely, totally finite. And yep, there's a name for this fundamental mismatch. It's called scarcity. It's the simple, kind of brutal fact that we just can't have it all. And you know what? This single problem is the entire reason the field of economics even exists. If everything were unlimited, we'd never have to choose, and economists would need to find a new job. So, since we're forced to make choices all day, every day, that brings up a really important question. When you pick one thing over another, what's the actual cost of that decision? And I'm not talking about money. Well, that's where this idea of opportunity cost comes in. The real cost of anything isn't what you pay for it. It's the next best thing you had to give up to get it. Take Ravi's situation here. He's got 3 hours, he can either binge watch that new series, or he can study for his final exam. If he chooses the series, the opportunity cost isn't just those 3 hours. It's the potential A+ he's sacrificed. Every single choice we make has a hidden cost, just like this. Okay, so this whole problem, making the best choice when you can't have it all, that is as old as humanity. But the way we're trying to tackle it now, well, that's brand new. We're building a powerful, intelligent tool to help us out. And that's where AI comes into the picture. When you strip it all down, artificial intelligence is really our grand attempt to build a tool that's smart enough to help us navigate the insane complexity of all the choices we face every day. And just think about what AI is good at. Recognizing super complex patterns in data? Check. Understanding what we're actually asking for? Yep. And most importantly, making decisions and then learning from the results. Each one of these skills is a direct shot at that age-old problem of scarcity. It's becoming this incredible co-pilot in our daily decision-making. But here's the thing. AI isn't some kind of magic box. It's a machine. And that leads to a pretty big challenge. How in the world do you give instructions to something that doesn't think or feel or understand things the way a human does? Right. There is a huge language barrier here. You can't just talk to a computer like you talk to a friend. It doesn't get your jokes. It doesn't get context. All it really understands is cold, hard mathematical logic. So what we need is a translator. We need a bridge between our human world of ideas and the machine's world of logic. And that bridge is a programming language. In the world of AI, one of the most common and powerful bridges out there today is called Python. And the way this bridge works is actually pretty cool. First, a person writes instructions in Python, which is designed to be really readable, almost like plain English. Then, a special program called an interpreter comes in and acts as the translator. It converts our human-friendly code into the only language the machine truly gets, a stream of zeros and ones. And that is the magic of Python. That's why it is everywhere now. It's just simple. It's intuitive. Honestly, for someone just starting out, writing a line of Python code can feel a lot more like writing a simple sentence than it does writing complex computer code. It just lowers the barrier between having an idea in your head and making it happen on a machine. All right, let's bring this all together. We have the ancient economic problem. We have the modern intelligent tool. And we have the language to control that tool. Now let's see how one single tiny instruction can be the very first step towards solving some of our biggest challenges. It literally starts this small. We write A equals 2, and that's it. In that one line, we've just told the computer, hey, I want you to remember the number 2, and let's call it A. Okay, next line, B equals 5. Now the computer is holding 2 separate pieces of information. It knows A is 2, and it knows B is 5. And then we give it something to actually do. Sum equals A plus B.
We're telling it, take those two numbers you're remembering, add them together, and call the result sum. And just like that, in 3 tiny lines, an idea from our brain has become a real calculation inside a machine.
And that right there, that's the secret. I mean, think about the most complex AI systems in the world, an AI that optimizes a city's traffic flow or one that helps scientists discover new medicines. Every single one of them, at its very, very core, started just like this, with one simple instruction, building on another and another, until it becomes something powerful enough to change our world. So all of this leaves us with one final, kind of huge question to think about. If scarcity is the oldest problem in the book, and it forces us to make choices where we always give something up, what's the ultimate end game here? Are we trying to write code that's so smart it helps us make the absolute perfect choice every single time? Could we one day build an AI that basically eliminates opportunity cost altogether? Now that is something to chew on.